Mr. Hales, if you turn on your camera, please. Well, we learned yesterday, if I knew it, I forgot it, Ms. Kirkland, that we've all referred to grandma, but told us yesterday you were actually an aunt of the mother, that you then took her in and got guardianship of her. So you don't mind us continuing to call you grandma?
No, I'm going to be grandma regardless. I am grandma regardless of what.
Okay. Mr. Hales, I think that's you, but
My camera's kind of blurry. Hold on.
You're filming through gauze. You must want to conceal the wrinkles in your face like all the movie stars do. I can see you fine now. It looks like you've got a haze, like you set off a bug bomb in your house or something.
Yeah, I don't know why my camera is doing it.
All right. And you're the father of Trinity and Tristan, and case manager, Mr. Turnipseed, is here. The guardian ad litem attorney for the children, Ms. Miller, is here. Ms. Crane is here as your lawyer. We had a lengthy hearing yesterday on Chase, and Mom was with us, but she's not here today. I do need to note for the record that after we finished yesterday evening, it seems like we made reference to coming back today on the other kids, but I will take the blame that we had run out of lawyers on our appointed list, and I was trying to find somebody to represent Mom in the termination case. And I never mentioned to that lawyer that there was sort of a parallel case going on with two other kids. And apparently Mom mentioned it to her and said, we've got a hearing, or somehow she heard about it. And she said, she called yesterday late afternoon and told the clerk's office that she was supposed to be in another court and she didn't know if she'd be through in time. And I told them to tell her that she was welcome to continue to represent her under the appointment on this case, but she's not here. And we didn't hear from her again after that call yesterday that she thought she wouldn't be able to unless her case got over. She had to be somewhere at 1:30, I think. So I don't know if you heard from her, Mr. Scrivonic.
Miss Collier? No.
Yes. And does anybody know why Mom's not here?
I asked Mr. Turnipseed. He doesn't know either.
Okay.
I'm gonna call her now to see if
I'll try to call her too.
All right.
And
well,
Judge, I excused Trinity. I just talked to her on the phone. She was at school, so I just had a conversation with her.
okay. So
She had cheerleading.
okay. Is she the one that was going to try out today? Who was that? Yesterday, somebody was trying out for cheerleading. It may not have been this family. It may have been somebody else. All right. Take your hand, Sam, please. And you can go ahead.
All right.
If you can excuse me, can somebody send Felicia the link? She said she doesn't have it.
All right. Clerk will send it to her. You got it handy?
I got it. I don't actually have Mom's email address. I'm sorry.
I just sent it to her not too long ago.
Okay.
Well, I'll just pause for a few minutes and see if she shows.
Today has been the day of hurry up and wait. We waited an hour in one case. We waited 30 minutes in another case. Miss Collier called yesterday afternoon to speak to the clerk's office, was not aware about this case and wanted to know if she was supposed to be representing you on this. And I take the blame. I never discussed with her the cases, period. I just told her I had a TPR and I needed a lawyer, and she said she would represent you. I didn't tell her that we had the companion case, and she's in another court, so she couldn't be here today. I don't know if she was able to talk with you about that or not.
Yes, we talked about it when I talked to her Sunday. After we discussed the case for Chase, I did tell her about the review, and she said that she didn't have no knowledge, and she felt I guess she assumed or thought that she was just supposed to represent me with Chase, but not with this one.
That
So,
would be reasonable. Now, from here on out, though, if you want her and she has got time to do it, I'll let her stay on with you. But I don't think we need to postpone this hearing to
oh
do.
no, we're fine.
Okay. All right. Mr. Scrivonic was getting ready to give us his summary before we ask questions. Go ahead.
Your Honor, I'm going to need to call Mr. Turnipseed for that. So, unmute your microphone if you would, please. Couldn't hear you. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. And you've been the case manager for those children, I believe, since March of 2022, correct?
Correct.
I'm not hearing anybody.
He's not, I see his lips move and then I don't hear anything. Do you have, Judge, you have Mr. Turnipseed on audio in the waiting room?
Shows him on mute right now.
Well, that's the video.
Oh,
You should
okay.
have a second.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Turnipseed, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So you've been the case manager for these children since March of 2022, correct?
Correct.
All right. Now, we were last in court in September, on September 26th of this year, for a review of the aftercare that this court had established as to these children in June of 2023. You recall that?
Yes.
All right. And at that time, the department made a report that Mr. Hales had been compliant, that the children were doing well in his home. There been no further reports of any inappropriate games or discipline of the children, and that Mr. Hales and the children were continuing in family therapy, and the therapist had not expressed any concerns about Mr. Hales or the children at this time. So is all of that still accurate as of today?
Correct. I did speak with the therapist. He doesn't have any concerns. If the judge did decide to relinquish the department of the aftercare order, it would not be an issue, and that they would still be able to work with the family through the kids' Medicaid.
Okay. Now, there was concerns about Ms. Puckett being able to contact Mr. Hales and trying to contact Trinity and Tristan. Just for purposes of today's record, I know that Ms. Puckett and Ms. Kirkland testified, yesterday, that Ms. Kirkland is allowing the mother to have contact with Tristan and Trinity when they are at her house every 2 weeks, correct?
Correct.
Is there any further visitation or contact that the mother is having with Tristan and Trinity outside of that at Ms. Kirkland's?
Dad did express that mom was able to talk to the kids this month. It was maybe 3 or 4 times as far as phone calls, as far as him reaching out.
Okay. Right. And then you had expressed before in your response that the therapist has reported that family therapy can continue even if the after order were to terminate in this case. Is that correct?
Correct. It would be billed through the kids' insurance.
All right. And is the department at this time satisfied with the progress that Mr. Hales has made under his aftercare order with regards to the children?
Yes.
Does the department have any real reason to believe that the children are at further risk of abuse or neglect at this time by Mr. Hales?
No.
Have you had a discussion with Mr. Hales about if the aftercare order in this case were to terminate, that if he wanted to pursue permanent custody, he would need to file a custody action in Superior Court? Have you had that discussion at all with him?
Yes, we spoke about it last month, and we spoke about it this month as well.
Okay. And what has he told you about his intentions to pursue permanent custody through Superior Court at this time?
He has intentions of doing so. However, the funds with returning an attorney is what's holding him back at this time.
So money. Okay. And is the department asking again at this time that the aftercare order in this case be terminated as to the children and Mr. Hales?
Yes.
Okay, and this court has already granted temporary custody of the children to Mr. Hales, is that correct?
Correct.
And the children were, in fact, at the time of removal back in 2018, were residing with Mr. Hales. Is that right?
Correct.
So they're basically back to where they were initially.
Correct.
Is there anything else that you wanted to advise the court about Mr. Hales, Trinity, or Tristan at this time?
Not at this time.
Okay. No other questions, Your Honor.
Ms. Crane, any questions?
Yeah, Your Honor.
Ms. Miller?
What type of visitation are they going to continue to have with Ms. Kirkland? Do you know? Or is that just going to be worked out between Mr. Hales and Ms. Kirkland?
At this time, neither party has an issue with continuing the bi-weekly visits.
Okay, that's all I have, Judge.
All right. Anybody else want to be heard?
As far as the case, or as far as with Mr. Turnipseed?
Well, about the case, about they're proposing that it be closed.
Okay, well, I did talk to Trinity on the phone. She expressed and reported to me that the kids love being with their dad. She really thinks that Tristan's doing well because I'd asked her about him. She said she was able to communicate with her mom via phone calls. She's getting to her tutoring on Mondays and Wednesdays. She's doing cheerleading. She sounds really good. And I haven't talked to Tristan this month, but I think that he's doing well also. The court can talk to him, but I don't mind that the case be closed.
Well, I'm glad everybody's getting along. That's good news. Ms. Puckett, you have any response?
No, but I did touch bases with Mr. Turnipseed, with me and Mr. Hales, because we had agreed for me to be able to get Tristan and Trinity for Christmas break this year. And I just wanted to make sure I would be able to do that.
Is that what y'all have agreed to, Mr.
Yes.
Hales? Okay, you can put that in the order if you want to, Mr. Skronic. I don't think they need it. I'm glad they're getting along so well, and your kids will benefit from y'all getting along, and that's great. And also Ms. Kirkland being the rudder steadying the boat.
What do you want me to put in the order, Your Honor? I'm sorry.
They have some agreement about Christmas break, and I don't even know. I mean, Mr. Hales nodded yes, he did. I don't know what the agreement is. If
It was I would come pick them up the week of the 18th, anywhere between the 19th and the 21st, and I would bring them back around the 3rd or the 4th of January so they could start school. I think they go back to school on the 5th or the 6th of January.
So you were going to have the children, Ms. Puckett, with you from the 23rd of December through the 4th of January. Is that correct?
From the 21st. Can you hear me?
No, say that again.
From the 21st.
21st?
Yes.
Okay. So December 21st to January 4th, you and Mr. Hales have agreed for there to be an extended Christmas visit.
Yes.
Okay, and that will take place at your residence in Indiana, and you are responsible for the pickup of the children from Mr. Hales's home and the return of the children back to Mr. Hale's home, correct?
Yes.
Great. Okay. Anything else? Well, I will approve that arrangement. And you parents work together at making sure these kids get what they need, like you've been doing. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Hales, anything else you want to add?
No, sir. That's it.
All right. Well, good luck to y'all. Good luck to the kids. And I'll sign an order to that effect, and that you won't have to come back and see me anymore about Trinity and Tristan. We're still not through with Chase. But all right. Well, y'all have a good rest of the day and have a good holiday.
Thank you.
Mom, don't spoil them over Christmas now.
I won't.
All right. Y'all take care. We'll conclude the
you.
hearing.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Honor.
Okay.